Hello and welcome to another PA Matches cast. I'm Brian Perkis and we've got another match with the Realm Balance mod. I'm a huge fan of this balance mod. I think it does a lot of things real well. One of my favorite things is, look at this, Factory First. Factory First is just awesome. Kicks off the action so much quicker than with the vanilla mod. Vehicles, the vehicle fabbers, cost twice as much as the bot fabbers, but they are more efficient, which it looks like both of them are going for vehicle fabbers. Liquius is having some energy issues. There we go. Now he's getting under wraps. Now let's zoom out, take a look at the planet real quick. Liquius definitely got the short end of the stick on spawns. I mean, look at this. He just has a bunch of scattered metal to expand to, while Zweistein, on the other hand, is right next to this string of metal, which is by far the best metal clump. And there we go. Clumped up. Nope, never mind. Radar first. Let's look at the rest of the planet. There's this lava lake that creates some fairly interesting terrain features, or choke points, rather. So Zweistein's really going to want to put up a bunch of defensive structures. Yep, he's got those queued up. He doesn't know where his opponent is and really wants to get a hold of this metal clump. Honestly, that's probably a few... Okay, so he's going with the second fabber for the metal clumps, and the first fabber is going to be putting up a bunch of defensive structures. But look at this. Skitters... The Skitters do have a light machine gun on them. This is a little bit of a poor direction. Liquius knows about this metal clump, and he really, really needs to scout it out to see if Zweistein has it covered, which he does. Oh, looks like he's got Air Factory out, using those fireflies. Fireflies, yeah, that's what they are. But look at how fast they go. They think of them as akin to a SR-71 Blackbird. High speeds, high altitude, and they just zip on over. And as far as I'm aware, there really isn't any T1 units or structures that can reliably shoot these things down when they are at full speed. Once they turn or start slowing down, or accelerating, then they very much can be shot down. But if I put one of these fighters on a patrol that just goes back and forth over your base, you're not going to be able to shoot it down unless you get flak. You're going to need to try and find where it accelerates. I think it's a pretty nifty unit. And let's see. Bots coming out. So we see the return of the all-popular Stinger. See, look at that missile. See, get another one flying overhead. There we go. See, look at those missiles. They're not even close. Let's see. Oh yeah, bots. So, wait a second. Why are those bots headed that way? Whoa, Liquius has not scouted Zweistein. That, with all of those scouts heading all over the place, and on top of that, this is the metal clump to scout. There we go. Now that Skitter is checking it out, and the enemy is now detected. He's probably going to get destroyed by that laser defense tower. Oh, nope. Looks he just skirted that. Let's look at the economies. What? Zweistein is way lagging behind Liquius. That is interesting. Come on, there we go. So, Zweistein has scouted Liquius, and there we go. Liquius has scouted Zweistein now. So yep, that bot force is now headed in the correct direction with one combat fabber in the mix. That combat fabber is excellent at keeping those units alive, as all units have had a rough approximately 2 times health increase, so that just means all engagements last longer, and retreating and attacking actually makes a difference. But also, as you can see, the bots are just a lot slower. The bots have a shorter range and are have a much higher DPS. They can just cause a ton of damage once they get in range. And so the thinking behind that is the bots are the equivalent of foot soldiers. And when have you ever heard of a foot soldier that can outrun a tank? T2 Vehicle Factory is 70% done here from Liquius, which these vehicle factories are, or all advanced factories for that matter, are, they are golly, I am not on my game today. They're not direct upgrades. They're not super powerful. Here we go. Fighters. Ooh, wow, those were shot down real quick. Fighters do have those machine guns which can shoot against ground, but they're not overly strong ground air-to-ground lasers, and that combat fabber is having no problem keeping those units alive. Radar being built, very nice, very nice. Radar and intel is just so paramount, so important. Nice size bomber force being built up by Liquius. I really want to see how those goes. Okay, let's keep an eye on this side of the planet. Ooh, nice bot raiding force heading on out the back. Liquius's economy is, wow, decently larger than Zweistein. Zweistein is just too focused on protecting this metal clump, and yeah, there's a lot of metal, but he still needs to expand and get more than just this metal clump like Liquius is doing. Liquius is just gaining a lot of map control. Look at all that map control. Bots clumping up over here. I'm surprised they didn't go attack. I guess it's a byproduct of Liquius not scouting, because when those bots were advancing, there was nothing over here to defend. And wow, quite the defensive line being built right over here. These single laser defense towers, they're pretty darn weak, but they can fire against air and ground, and they are very nice for defending. If you get a group of units in amongst these single laser defense towers, then they are very effective. Grenadiers taking advantage of that radar coverage. And then there's that double-barrel laser defense tower. Slow rate of fire. 2 shots most tanks, 1 shot most bots. Uses the energy system and has a range of like 150 or 200. It's something very impressive. Advanced vehicles done from Zweistein and building a sheller. Let's see. Idle advanced vehicle factory. That is a bummer. It did produce an advanced fabricator, but that doesn't mean much as far as economy goes. And wow, look at that floating economy. Liquius really needs to build a bunch of factories and use these fabbers that are sitting around. Flat cannon, very nice. That flat cannon can silence those fireflies. Pelter. Not too much going on. Most of the metal in the system has been claimed. Wow, that's quite the defensive line going up. These modder guys really like their defensive structures, I guess. Still, there's a decent amount of metal extractors over here yet to be claimed, and then there's all of these unprotected metal that are ripe for destruction. And here we go, a bit of a... Yep, and those laser defense towers are going to have no problem taking out those units. So, these guys, they now need to change up their strategy. which Zweistein is starting to do. Needs to use that sheller, which he does not have radar coverage, but he needs to use that sheller to bombard these, or there's not a... There we go. There goes the sheller. Boom! Or they really need to go air, or go orbital, or nukes, or do something different, because what they're currently doing is not working well. At the very least, go around, like Liquius is doing. If you were to send, if Zweistein were to send these units around over here, could cause a decent amount of damage. But this point between these two lava lakes, yeah, there we go, lava lakes, is very well defended. It's got these double-barrel laser defense towers and some of the single laser defense towers. Oh, and some missiles. So this is a very hardened defensive lines. And wow, look at those ranges. These things, they've got a range of, like, I think it's 200 as well, or something. Very, very impressive range. Liquius is getting his economy under control, not floating as much, producing more factories. Ooh, and a teleporter. Probably means we're going to see a teleporter pop up back here. And at this point, I'm calling it. It looks like Liquius has got this. His economy is much larger. Whoa, look at that unit count. Yep. I'm really, really interested to see where the other end of this teleporter is going to go. Idle factories, that's not good. He's bouncing around on economy and really needs to start using it. Ooh, another one of my favorite things about the Realm Balance mod. All factories include a small amount of metal storage. That's just awesome. But it's only a small amount, so that means the building the actual metal storage, which is a T2 structure, is still very useful and very helpful. Got a little. Some units finally looks like they're trying to do some backside raiding. Don't see the other end of that teleporter being built anywhere, and we are on a single planet system, so dunno. Bombing run. Did a decent amount. But those spinners with their ammo clips, they store up a bunch of missiles. They let out a flurry of missiles all at once, and then have to suffer a reduced rate of fire or fall back and reload. Nice building that pelter, but Zweistein's economy is so in the negative that is going so incredibly slowly. Here we go, a bit of a skirmish. Those vanguards. So the vanguards, as you can see, they've got a machine gun, and wow, those are really doing a nice job of keeping those vanguards alive. But the vanguards are very expensive, so they're very effective at having large, essentially moving walls. But they're not the down goes one. But they're not the crazy OP Uber cannons that are on the live build. This has been a pretty darn successful attack. Finally goes down goes that vanguard. Now these units are going to fall very shortly. Oh, they're surviving longer than I thought. Look, they're avoiding that defensive line. But this was a pretty successful attack as it destroyed part of Zweistein's very small army. Very small army. That was the majority of his army. And then also punched a hole in the defensive line and took out some metal extractors. So now Liquius could do a follow-up and sneak on through here, or he could just use either one of these forces and attack through the back. What else is going? Oh, look at haven't been paying attention to Pip. Look at this. Oh, come on. There was a little bit of raiding, but he hasn't been paying attention to these. Let's see what Zweistein sees. Zweistein hasn't scouted all these metal extractors. What he should have done is scouted them and then given a large area attack so these infernos would go around and destroy all of these. And now those bumblebees, wow, are going to destroy those infernos. Down they go. So let's use picture-in-picture to keep an eye on over here. and stay over here with the action. Which there is none. More defensive structures going up. Zweistein is very much on the defensive. There's the other teleporter. They're not activated. And he has the energy. He's just forgotten to activate them, even though he has all these factories queued up to go through the teleporter. Wow, these are a lot of bots. All Liquius needs to do, there we go, through they go, is get all of these bots and attack. Very nice move using this teleporter. Liquius is not hurting for energy, and while maybe this teleporter... There we go, now they're all going through. Having them go through can just be very, very useful for just cutting out travel time. It just makes your attacks a lot faster and a lot more effective. Sniper bots given a very nice area attack, and as you can see, they use the energy systems. They can, if I remember correctly, they can one-shot pretty much everything. Wow, that is a cool shot animation. If I remember correctly, they can one-shot every unit in the game except for Vanguards and Commander. I think. Can't remember. But they have a 5-second reload time. Here we go. Finally, large attack force coming through. And this is probably going to be it. This attack force is going to... Oh, Vanguard. Down it goes, taken out no problem by all those sniper bots. Oh, bomb bots. Bomb bots are awesome in the realm balance mod. Well, this attack force, I think, is the end. This is steamrolling on through, and there's nothing left to defend. Man, those docks have such a high rate of fire. It's awesome. Yeah. Well, and even then, if this forces fails, then there's a nice follow-up. There's the commander, and these units are going to have no problem finishing off that commander, even though that Uber cannon is so dang powerful and just awesome. That's it. And kaboom! Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That match did a fairly nice job of showcasing the realm balance. Oh, look over here! There's a nuke that was being built. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Let me know what you think in the comments. The guys that are making this game drop on by the YouTube comments on a regular basis to see your feedback, and we really want to get your feedback. And don't forget to drop me a like and a subscribe. I'll see you next time.